What's up, guys, and welcome back to the NoShang Invitational. It's going to be Game 2 in the semifinals. Kaipi going up against Power Rangers. Currently, Kaipi do have a one-game lead. It was kind of a fault of the draft. They just couldn't push objectives, but they got to a point where they could always, and I mean always, take down the Power Rangers heroes, and they'll be able to win off of that in of itself. A couple of missed buybacks from the Power Rangers Storm Spirit. Kind of weird to see 50 minutes in the game, but either way, we'll see if Power Rangers is able to bring it back to a Game 3. If Kaipi are just going to have a nice clean shutout here, I'm Mikelorus, going to be your caster for today. We have ourselves a Mirana opening. Taking a quick look at the bans, it seems like these bans are just getting more and more meta. Night Stalker the exception, but everyone else was picked and played to a pretty dangerous level. Like last game, we did see the strength level of especially this Elder Titan, especially played by Bamboo, but everyone else as well doing their jobs pretty much to a T, or at least as best as they can in that game. So this is going to open up the pool quite a bit. Faceless Void still in the pool, though Kaipi are going to opt instead for Beastmaster, still very much so in their wheelhouse. Mirana first pick is definitely an interesting one. She doesn't really have the same oomph that someone like a Terrorblade does, who is, I guess, to be fair, banned out. But yeah, the Mirana opening is inherently risky because this is something, especially since Earth Spirit, Ricky are still in the pool, can be abused in lane. Like, the Mirana has a leap, but we've seen Miranas get absolutely thrashed by some of these other strong laners. You have a tough time up against, like, the Queen of Pain. Batrider is a very rough matchup. Not really sure if Kaipi are going to grab both Batrider and Beastmaster in the first phase, but, you know, these are the dangerous heroes that Mirana has to worry about, or just Glimpse. Glimpse is pretty good up against the Mirana as well, so played as a core hero, she may just get crushed in lane. And then there's just not anything you can really do about that. So in the opening for Kaipi is very, very initiation heavy. Between the Roar and the Glimpse, they should, for the most part, be starting these fights on their own terms. Power Rangers have no real response to this just yet. Leap on the Mirana is not really going to be all that great once there's Static Storm. And even Timbersaw, like, going up against these two heroes, yes, can do a lot of damage to both those heroes, but on the defensive side, just the amount of control that Kaipi have will probably be enough to take down a Timbersaw more often than not, if they actually do get the Roar or the Glimpse or whatever. The upside for Power Rangers is, not as much so in the control as much as their potential to snowball. And Timbersaw, of course, can get to that stage. We saw it last game from Sing Sing. And Mirana is, always going to have the chance of having an okay early start. I don't think I've seen a Mirana have a great early start, but just have an okay one. Straight into, Aghanim Scepter, and then get your Blink Dagger and Travels, and then just lock down the entire map, while at the same time threatening kills on, these softer heroes like Disruptor, and whatever other support Kaipi wants to pick up. Even like a Beastmaster is someone that a Mirana can pretty reliably kill off, assuming she has any sort of decent farm. So there is a lot of potential here for snowballing from the Power Rangers side. But as far as like guaranteed effects from their heroes, like Timbersaw will generally do a lot of damage. Mirana is just not a guaranteed hero. If you're looking for like concrete impact on the game, consistent impacts on the game, you're probably better off not looking at a Mirana pick. Is going to need a little bit of help, at least, to succeed in this early stage. Got Kaipi feeling the space creation of these heroes, taking out two heroes that can really pile on in two different ways. Alchemist for the farm, Slark for the snowballing, even more still. For Power Rangers, she's going to take out that Life Stealer. Now, okay, I was literally going to say Faceless Void is still in the pool. I was going to say that. I promise. I'm not lying to you guys. So they're going to go ahead and grab the Faceless Void. Because it's a Faceless Void, you can get third pick. No duh, you're going to pick it up. It's another non-negotiable disable for a Mirana and a Timbersaw. The Shadow Demon is going to be some sort of answer. Whoa, Kaipi are going deep, and so are Power Rangers. Here we go, boys. The Kunkka, though, he's great up against Timbersaw. Mirana is going to have some issues when he lands that Chronosphere on that very important target, and then that target just happens to go into a bubble or gets hit with the Rum from Kunkka. Suddenly you're not doing all that much damage. But this Power Rangers combo is one of the more dangerous ones that you can actually assemble involving a Shadow Demon. Get the Torrent on top and you should very rarely mess that up. That lets heroes like Timbersaw very easily get the kill afterwards, and Mirana, of course, can pile on with that arrow as well. And they're looking at some very, very soft heroes. That is almost a full chain stun and then a death afterwards. Like, the amount of stun duration off of that is incredible. So heroes like Baseless Void, who need to just survive for a little bit in order to survive completely, that's not guaranteed. Like, Power Rangers will have enough lockdown for that if they land their combo correctly. Keeper of the Light, Disruptor. What is it about riding things that makes you very weak? I don't know, but they will be kind of under the gun there, and Power Rangers are looking to snowball pretty hard here. This is going to be at least their angle of pushing. It's not really the most intense. They're going up against Keeper of the Light, but the snowball that Power Rangers can assemble is going to be very difficult for Kaipi to stop. Their scaling damage is not really that impressive. Opting to go for the Coddle instead of the Phoenix pick is definitely a little bit interesting. The Keeper of the Light, as far as counter pushing, is definitely not better, but as far as contributions to the Chronosphere, I would say Phoenix is probably the hero you want to have more often than a Keeper. They don't even have any really broken combos with the Keeper just yet. So we kind of are seeing the Zeus banned out. Would be the broken combo with the Keeper of the Light, but what's going to be Puck? Oh, I don't know about this Keeper of the Light, man. Like, who's actually going to be using their mana in this game, like, at all on Kaipi's side? Am I going to crash? My game is struggling. No, we're good. We're good. We survived it. Whew. That was close, guys. But yeah, who's going to actually be benefiting from this Keeper of the Light? You can dump mana into a Beastmaster so we can use more Hawks and Boars. Faceless Void for more Time Walks. If you get it onto the Puck, I mean, that's going to be a pretty good situation there. But I just don't see the benefit of this Coddle. Now, there is some benefit, of course, outside of that mana you get from Chakra Magic. Like, that's going to be probably the weakest part of the Keeper of the Light's game. Illuminate with a Disruptor Glimpse is pretty good. With a Chronosphere, it's great. With the Puck Coil, it is also great. And with the ability to Blinding Light people to snap the coil up against 3 melee heroes, you know, there's a lot of kind of mid-late game potential for this Keeper of the Light. The problem is actually getting there. The problem is finding yourselves in those situations where your Keeper of the Light is actually in the back of the fight and actually is able to make all those combos land. More often than not, the first hero to die in these engagements will be the heroes that are, you know, kind of without their own defense mechanisms. You can Blinding Light to get yourself some room, but then you can't use it to snap coil. You die incredibly quickly. Like, Timbersaw can very easily 100-0 a Keeper of the Light. Mirana can very easily 100-0 a Keeper of the Light. Hell, even the Kunkka, played as a support, can do it as well if he lands a Torrent combo. Torrent Boat. So this is a very high risk, kind of high reward pick for Kaipi. I mean, there are, with a lot of control, again, we're having a kind of similar issue to last game, maybe not as severe. Their ability to push down objectives is kind of lacking. They're going to need this Faceless Void to get quite a bit of farm. They're going to need this Beastmaster probably to get them the best game compared to where Beastmasters usually stand in the game. You're just going to go straight jungle. So, you know, getting a pretty reliably fast Necro Book and just playing Beastmaster pretty standardly after that is going to be just par for the course. But a very successful Beastmaster for Kaipi can just lock down the entire map and just brick wall Power Rangers from getting any chance of snowballing forward. We don't really see that type of Beastmaster game all that often, but the potential certainly is there for Kaipi to get a good start on either the Beastmaster or the Puck, and then just put a brick wall in front of Power Rangers, and then Power Rangers get to play for the late game, which they're not completely ill-prepared for. But Blinding Light is incredible against these heroes, and the amount of control that Kaipi have is certainly dangerous. It does seem like Kaipi are looking for a very similar kind of mid-game timing, using the Chronosphere, using the Roar, using all their pick-off power, and the Illuminate of the Keeper of the Light to win them their fights. Whereas for Power Rangers, they can play it kind of slow. If they get ahead, they can snowball, but if they don't, it's not really the end of the world. A Kunkka can scale forward. Shadow Demon is maybe not the best hero to have as far as scaling into late game in this particular game. Definitely much better with a Terrorblade or against a Terrorblade, Phantom Lancer type hero. But you still have the Timbersaw, who we saw destroy the last game. Mirana as well can get to a very dangerous burst point. So Power Rangers can take it easy. They're really in no rush. Don't have to be worrying about any sort of timer running out or their draft running out of effectiveness. This is a Disruptor build. I mean, they're going to put Bone 7 in the mid lane. I don't think I've ever seen a Disruptor with shared tangos before. I don't know how that happened. I mean, he has a full set of tangos. It looks weird, but it's just actually the correct thing, just in a different looking phase. Bambo is going to be taking the solo Keeper of the Light off lane. Now, with boots first, Keeper of the Light is incredibly fast. 380 movement speed is no joke, like 295, 320 with the wind laces on Kunkka, 290 on the Timbersaw. The problem is that as fast as you may be, once you hit the bubble, you're still just going to straight up die. So the Keeper of the Light is going to be zoned out. Trading hits is going to be a struggle. But I don't know if this is actually going to work out. We can see the Shadow Demon does have slightly more armor, slightly more attack damage, but Coddle has an Illuminate. You don't really have to worry about too many additional heroes rotating in. He's going to try to cheese out a couple of last hits, but level 2 is not up, so he'll have to rely on his kind of base reserves of clarities and whatnot. No chakra magic just yet. Kind of a greedy way to lane, I suppose, but I mean, what is this alternative? Just jungle? And Keeper of the Light jungling is actually pretty quick. Kind of Crystal Maiden-esque. But Beastmaster can definitely do that as well, and he's doing just that without worrying about all too much in interference. Cheshire Cat is going to find the Disruptor and actually put quite a bit of damage into the Raptor. An arrow lands if he's going to throw it out. That might just be a kill. Just a couple right clicks here and there. Yeah, but the Mirana can only do so much to actually stop a Beastmaster. It's very, very obvious once a Mirana's off lane. And Beastmaster's going to have to pull back accordingly, but it's not impossible to operate around. Over in the mid lane, though, Bone 7 is struggling. Juggernaut has, a lot of base damage. He has a great animation, much better than the Puck. But I would expect this lane to balance out a little bit in the future. Puck right now is behind, but that's not something he can't recover from. And in the meantime, Shadow Demon is going to abandon ship on the bottom lane. Look to go all the way towards top. Now, this top lane now is an off-lane Coddle versus Timbersaw. Now, Mana Leak is insane versus Timbersaw, but the bubble's going to land first. The arrow combo is going to be there. Cheshire Cat taking a lot of damage from the Faceless Void, but he gets the first blood, leaps out of there. And Sing Sing, he has boots, but the Mirana has boots as well. He's going to land a first hit bash onto the Shadow Demon, but he's here all alone. Now, X marks the spot. Torrent combo is here. The chain stun, is it enough? They do take down Sing Sing. And suddenly, a surprise tri-lane up towards top. Kaipi, only fielding 2 real heroes in that area. We're going to be massively outnumbered. I mean, this is going to free up Bambo to have a slightly better time in the bottom lane, but a free farming Keeper of the Light is not what I would call a scary hero. But, I mean, the extra levels of being able to get enough chakra magic to spam out Illuminate at will, and getting a high level Illuminate to actually do damage with that spam, and then Mana Leak just a handful of levels up against the Timbersaw. There is some value in this. It could be a lot worse. But they just need to make sure that Sing Sing is able to freely farm. They have to make sure that the attention of these supports is pulled away from the Beastmaster. Because if Beastmaster again has a bad time, then Kaipi will really struggle to put up that wall to stop Power Rangers from snowballing. It seems like right now it's going to be Bone 7, and perhaps the most troubled bubble is here. Now he will maybe be able to phase shift this Torrent. He's going to orb out first, life, X marks, not going to be casting it until very late. Now he's got the X, now he's got the Torrent, now he's got the spin. So he's got another phase shift. It's going to buy him like 0.75 seconds worth of time. Gets the silence off in a 3. Or 2 rather with the spin. But he's still going to go down. Another successful rotation here from Power Rangers. The snowball is starting off. Now that we got boots on the Shadow Demon, it's going to be so much easier to get those initiations off. Force the movement from the Puck. And ganking a Puck with this combo is not easy at all. They still make it happen regardless. Beastmaster, 4 minutes in, is level 4. Pretty much on point where he has to be, although he's been moving around, forced to move around kind of defensively in his jungling patterns. Like, usually you just want to be bouncing around between these 2 camps, this one as well. He had to go all the way over here just because there's a roaming Shadow Demon Kunkka. So just these small hiccups in his farm is going to buy Power Rangers these, couple of seconds of not having to worry. Sing Sing is finally getting some free time to farm as well. He is leading the farm charts right now. And CS-wise, actually looking pretty good for Kaipi, mostly because of this jungling Beastmaster. And the fact that Bambo isn't being sacked at all. Now he's got Wind Laces and Tranquils. Is he going to die here? Please, no. Shit happens, man. Life sucks and then you die. He didn't have that much gold, but that definitely wasn't an intentional suicide. Still, he's level 5. Still, he will be able to... Oh, glimpse back white noise. That was pretty insane. Glimpse and leap. Okay. But, yeah, the Coddle is still going to go down. Beastmaster isn't going to go down. That's not going to be embarrassing at all, but the Keeper of the Light being a high level is going to put the Keeper of the Light in the best situation possible, I suppose. But again, the payoff just simply isn't that high. White Noise going to get jumped one more time. Glimpse used, but Faceless Void not getting enough bashes. Actually use the Chronosphere for that one as well. Mirage just going to cleanly get out of there. Failed Chronosphere number 1 for Kaipi. Bodes ill for them in the future. They do have the Roar up. Smoke should be purchased, and they should be going for something here. And Blightstone even. Wow. They're going to go in towards mid. Goddamn, he's going to lose quite a bit of mana. Bambo is incredibly fast here. There are no good Timber Chain angles. And he is going to be let go, at least by the Timber Saw. But still, we got this Shadow Demon on Bambo's ass. Creep Wave going to give him some more vision. Can he actually run out of here? Ride, Shadowfax. Show us the meaning of haste. 15 seconds until he can TP. The Wild Goose Chase is on. Oh, you're gonna go behind the tower. Like, this is something that you would expect Bambo to be doing. Over towards top lane now. Roar into White Noise. Sing Sing. Not all that healthy, but healthy enough to get the kill. As he does turn around onto the Mirana, and Bambo in the meantime will teleport out before the Shadow Demon arrives. Easy escapes. Easiest juke of his life. Nighttime coming in certainly does help there as well. But yeah, the Mirana is not getting all that much farm on this top lane. Over towards mid lane, the Juggernaut's still doing very well up against Bone 7, who's suffering very, very hard in this mid. Like, CS-wise, he's getting doubled up. I'd expect the Juggernaut to have a good lane versus Puck, but usually it's going to be an even lane. Having no Bone 7 is going to be a big problem, but at least they're getting this Beastmaster now some action. They have heroes that can kind of cover for the Puck just a little bit, and if Puck, as long as Puck has a coil, as long as they have a Keeper of the Light, which, you know, he may just be able to get a really fast Aghanim Scepter, then you can get some pretty broken combos to land. But Faceless Void up towards top lane. Time Walk Out is actually not available. He's going to get bubbled. 5 seconds left. He's going to run now down to the south. Time Walk will heal him quite a bit if he doesn't die right now, but he will. Kaipi just bleeding heroes at this stage. You could Roar occasionally for a kill, but bleeding heroes while being behind on your mid lane is not a good place to be. Usually your mid lane is the hero to get you back from a deficit. And I'm not really sure if that's going to be happening in this game. Is it going to have to be Bambo to do it? The carry Coddle? You never know, man. I'm pretty sure I'm underestimating what Coddle can do with these levels. It's a lot, but I maybe not giving it enough credit. Just feels like this Faceless Void is running into one too many problems on top lane, and the farm distribution for Kaipi is just all messed up. Like, Puck is not supposed to be down here. He's supposed to be on top, or near the top at least. They're also not supposed to lose the Faceless Void again. Here comes the X. They have the Torrent. He's going to Chronosphere onto 2, so there's no follow-up. No damage output, though, onto either of these two heroes. They have a field. They have no Static Storm, however, and now the Roar is going to go onto Cheshire Cat. Orbiting through. It's going to give Puck an instant double kill. Just like that, Puck is going to join the pack of farmed heroes. And a Chronosphere into delayed response. Maybe not the cleanest there from Kaipi, but Power Rangers certainly did not have any counterplay there. Even regardless of whether or not they saw that coming. Like, you can't do anything because you're stuck in the Chronosphere for the entire time. It's a big win for Kaipi. Honestly, just making that rotation, keep your Faceless Void alive, still has its benefits. But keeping the Faceless Void alive, getting him 2 assists, getting 2 kills for your Puck who's behind is big, big game. Goddamn mana leak. Yes, I am saying goddamn got mana leaked, and I am saying goddamn mana leak. It's so bad as Timbersaw. If you get hit with the mana leak mid-chain and you run out of mana, you actually stop the chain. So it's like, you run out of mana, which is terrible, and then you're stunned, which is terrible, and you can't get far enough, which is terrible. It's just all bad, man. Veil of Discord, Keeper of the Light. If he's able to get this one, along with the Puck having it, and the Disruptor having Static Storm, there's a lot of benefit there. Oh, Bone 7 failed to jaunt away. He's just gonna get Omni Slashed. Bone 7, please. Puck's gonna die by himself to the Juggernaut on top of the net worth chart. in a mid lane situation. Now he's gonna get ganked by Beastmaster and Disruptor. There's a Static Storm here, Roar. Wait for the Roar to time out, then Static Storm him, right click him down, should be a free kill, and they'll get it. A huge one for the Beastmaster. Perfect layering of stuns there from Kaipi, not trying to be too overconfident with that Static Storm. And Beastmaster actually going for that early kind of value Blightstone. I'm not sure if that is actually like better than straight rushing the Necrobook, but in those situations, you'd rather have a Blightstone than a stupid Mystic Staff, that's for damn sure. So yeah, he's still going to be building up towards that book more than likely. He's actually almost there. 2 roars, 2 kills, not too bad. This Timbersaw has yet to start playing this game. Now he's on top of the net worth chart, and even though the Keeper like is getting a lot on this bottom lane as well, you could have all the levels in the world, you can have a Veil, but that's not going to save you up against a Timbersaw. When Timbersaw wants you dead, you're going to die. They take down the tower in the top lane as well, just by slowly chipping it down with the Mirana. So where's this big payoff for the Coddle? Illuminate does do an incredible amount of damage, like 500 magic is no joke. Amplified to almost pure damage with the Veil is legit. Chronosphere can land up to 2 here. They're going to glimpse 1 out, however. A little bit of a misplay there from Kaipi. Now, can they get either of these 2 kills? They have a Roar onto the Shadow Demon detection. It's not quite there yet. Now the boat coming in onto the Beastmaster. Gonna get the kill there. Now, that is going to be, yes, a little bit of miscommunication. Oh, they get tagged with the arrow. Faceless Void has no mana at all. You just got to run away. I don't know why he's trying to juke back. Just run back to your base, dude. Hope there's no X. There's an X. Now you're just dead. Yank, Torrent, dead. Even if they don't glimpse like that, there wasn't enough damage anyway to get those kills, even if they do keep them in the Chronosphere. The glimpse there and the failed execution is mostly going to be like a morale hit from Kaipi. They know that they're behind. They're not playing correctly with their combos, which is how they get back into it. So you know, that maybe is going to make the next combo fail as well. You never know. You never know. Power Rangers have a farm Juggernaut. They have a farm Timbersaw. And a Mirana who's starting to actually get some relevant items. Part 1 of the Aghanim Scepter, part 1 and 2 actually, are up for her. So just another 2k until she has the Ags. And for Kaipi, what do they have on Sing Sing? Power Treads. And a Ring of Health. Most likely Battle Fury the build. And the Core Faceless Void, that is perfectly reasonable. Necrobook almost up on the Beastmaster. Bone 7 doesn't have Jack. This is a really, really problematic game for Kaipi. It's essentially because they're like wasting this off lane by giving it to a Keeper of the Light who hasn't done anything yet. Now, if he's able to get something done, that'll be great, but I don't think that's in the cards right now. He's going to blow a smoke. X-marked, boat, torrent. It's all there. Dead Keeper. Nice off lane, man. Now, granted, not many heroes can survive that, but now the Juggernaut's going to straight Omni Slash to Disruptor. Static Storm is going to catch him. Coil is there as well. He's not going to snap it. Orb flies through onto 3. Ziggy's going to dodge the X-Torrent. Still the Juggernaut. He's going to get a little bit of regen here. Sing Sing's going to jump in, but the Cool Cat's keeping him alive. From the back, it's goddamn jumping in towards the Faceless Void. He's going to put him into a blender. Faceless Void down. Now Bone 7, the last one alive. Beastmaster's coming in from the left, but you cannot do this as a Beastmaster. Oh, Bone 7's still in this fight. Going to trade hits with goddamn and not in a good way. Bloodstone already up on the Timbersaw. Juggernaut's getting everything you possibly want, and Kaipi are really struggling to land their combos. That was kind of ambitious to go into the Juggernaut like that as a Disruptor. It was close to a kill, but that means you don't get a kill if you're close. Kaipi need a Chronosphere to land with a Static Storm afterwards, or a Roar into an Illuminate. It's not really hard combos to execute, but taking that fight, trying to save a Keeper of the Light, or trying to salvage a fight after just losing a Coddle is just not worth it, man. There's just no upside there. All the farm in the world for this Keeper of the Light, but still no Spirit Form, which wouldn't have helped him, but Spirit Form, once you get the Ags after the Veil, yeah, I mean, it's all going to be up at that time, obviously, but has Bambo actually done anything yet in this game? Has the Keeper of the Light pick done anything in this game? No, it has done absolutely nothing. I'm not really sure if it can start doing anything either. They still have Veil Illuminate, Roar, Static Storm. They have all the tools that they need, but they need to get so many kills to get back into it. So the deficit is high, and Kaipi as a draft need to be ahead if they're going to be comfortable in this game. The Juggernaut is going to show himself over in mid. Target now acquired. There's a Kunkka right behind, so if he gets hit with the Rum, he may just not die here. Roar is there, though, plus the Illuminate with the Static Storm. My god. Okay, Juggernaut did not deserve that. Bambo farming a Veil on this bottom lane. Maybe that's good enough. They kill off the Juggernaut. They still have the Chronosphere. And Sing Sing's actually gone for the Wagga build in the Vanguard. Kaipi, can they push forward for more? They have to worry about stray arrows. They have to worry about getting into a mid lane fight because they're going up against a Timbersaw. But they will slowly beat down this tower. Shadow Poison will pull off the aggro of some of these creeps, but definitely not all of them. And it seems like with Timbersaw not rotating in, the tower will be destroyed by Kaipi. Not a bad series of events for them. If they can repeat that a handful more times, even without the tower kill, just, you know, kill off any given hero with that Roar. Get this Keeper of the Light active in this game. Actually let him do damage. That'll be how Kaipi get back in. That'll be how Bone 7 gets back in this game. Now he has his Blink Dagger gold. Not quite level 11 yet, so survivability with the only 1 point phase shift is perhaps a little bit lacking. This draft suddenly turned into like a draft that needs to revolve around the Coddle to be successful. Obviously, that's not really where you want to be, but like you can't really avoid it. Like they have to make use of the kind of all or nothing nature of Illuminate with a Veil. If you hit it in a fight, you might just win that fight, but if you miss it, you have no chance. Not a good place to be. Kaipi, like they're all combo based. And those combos are going to be much more difficult to land when the damage starts pumping out from Power Rangers. We already have the Ether Lens on the Kunkka, so you know, X initiation range is insane. Plus the Ags on the Mirana, probably the most relevant item picked up in this game so far. Gonna skyrocket her farm and kill power. Looking at mid now, Faceless Void and Puck. Both the targets orb through. They're going to see the Kunkka, who's going to straight up boat. They're going to yank back the Faceless Void and demolish him. Puck jumped out to the left. And it looks like he should be fine to slip out of here, but Faceless Void is not a hero that Kaipi can really afford to lose. That was a Moonlight Shadow gank that was, you know, about as good as it gets. Pushing down this tower, not going to be incredibly fast, but with no defense, should still be dropping. Healing ward, making sure that this is going to be pretty safe. This is where you really want your Keeper of the Light to just start spamming out. But up against an Ether Lens Kunkka and a Timbersaw, like, it's so dangerous to get anywhere close to this. They're going to smoke up right afterwards and look to catch someone on the retreat. Or whoever they can see, and that target just happens to be the best one in the Juggernaut. Blink, coil, silence. There it is, all into the Jug. He's going to split out of it, and he's actually going to dodge the coil as well. Wow. Perfectly played there by the Jug, and now their initiation tools are gone for Kaipi. Bambo's going to be forced to run away from goddamn Mana Leak, though. Going to stop him dead in his tracks. Rum's going to come in. It's going to stun up the Beastmaster as well. Chronosphere does land onto two heroes. Where's the follow-up? There's absolutely none. They're going to lose the Beastmaster to the back line as Timbersaw just spins them down. They do take down the Shadow Demon. I suppose it's kind of nice. White Noise also none too healthy. With the Mana Leak, can't go anywhere. And he's going to fall on top of it. Disruptor now pulled back into a Torrent. Will die to that combo. Ziggy, though, is going to jump in for a little bit more. He has no CC by himself. The Faceless Void is going to have to time walk into a bash if he wants to get this kill. Kunkka, looking for a TP out, is going to Torrent himself so that maybe he can get out of here. Mana Leak, right clicks. That's not enough. He gets out. They needed a first hit bash there. Honestly, for Kaipi, that wasn't that bad, all things considered, but it might be a little bit worse. Goddamn. Always Mana Leaks. Can't do anything at this point, Timbersaw. Bambo's going to straight TP away. First hit bash. There it is for Sing Sing. Way too late, unfortunately. But yeah, for Kaipi, that actually wasn't all that bad. Considering they had like a completely failed Chronosphere. They wasted so many tools on the enemy Juggernaut, unable to kill him off because of the Manta Style and Spin versus the Coil and Silence. They still are able to make an even kill trade. At the same time, they're able to kill off the Mirana. So they can't really be too unhappy with that, but at this point, they need to get a little bit more than just a slightly okay trade. They need great trades if they're going to get back into it. They need to kill off this Juggernaut. They need to use the Roar, Static Storm, Chronosphere to actually do some damage. It just seemed like that's not, at least right now, in the cards. Timbersaw is still on top of the net worth chart, man. This guy is gonna struggle up against Mana Leak, pay 3, or counter target Timbersaw. Counter target Timbersaw unless target Timbersaw pays 3 colorless. Yeah? You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you get that reference. Because why wouldn't you get that reference? With a Yule Scepter, yeah, he's gonna have enough mana regeneration, I think, to kind of like absorb 1 Mana Leak and still be fine. Alternatively, you just sit there and kill everything with Chakram and Whirling Death, so you don't even have to move. Looking at top lane now. The Juggernaut in their sights. Rotation from the entirety of Kaipi is going to be met by some resistance here. There's a spin TP on the Jug. Beastmaster's not quite in position. He's going to coil up the Kunkka. And Kunkka is in quite a bit of trouble. He's going to X-Marks himself. He's going to cast all his spells, get the Rum. Man, if you're going to die, you might as well be wasted while you're doing it. They roar. Also, someone else who's trying to come in and help life. Who was that? Was that an illusion? That might have been an illusion there that took the roar. Not sure what that was, but something got roared, and it was not a real hero. Omni Slash, gonna catch the Beastmaster. He's not gonna straight up die to that. He is fast enough to escape the spin, but he has to walk back into it. Runs out of room to run. And now the Juggernaut, he's gonna cut his way through. They don't see him juking around. There is a glimpse into a Static Storm, but it's just the Disruptor and Necro units. No backup coming. In the meantime, Keeper of the Light's getting demolished elsewhere. He'll dodge a Static Storm. Now just gonna go straight for the Raptor. He's gonna get put into a field. Can't spin his way through it because he doesn't have enough mana. But this Disruptor just can't do anything versus this Juggernaut. It's just not possible. He's just not well equipped for it. They also lose the Keeper of the Light in the meantime over in mid, keeping the Juggernaut alive. This game is just not looking great for Kaipi. Their combos are gonna start to be less and less effective as this game pushes on. Like, once BKBs come up on Power Rangers, then good luck, IP. I'm not really sure what you guys can do at that point. It's already kind of getting there. Like, just with the sheer amount of health, survivability tools of now Blink Dagger on the Juggernaut. It's so hard to get these kills as Kaipi because their scaling damage is nil. Like, they're gonna have an Echo Saber up on the Faceless Void soon, but he's just so underfarmed. He has half the net worth of the enemy Juggernaut in Timbersaw. Like, that is just not where you want to be. God damn, is he actually killable here? Mana Leak, cooling down. They'll tag him with it. He doesn't care. Just like, come at me, bro. He's gonna get down to the low ground. Was that a Force Staff? That was a Force Staff into another Mana Leak. Perma-stun forever. Bottom lane in the meantime, they're going to travel down looking for a couple kills, but it's going to be Faceless Void, take an arrow and a Torrent. He's still going to survive this because he has a Vanguard. Time Walk gets him back a lot of HP. No one's dying on the Radiant end, though. They drop a Chronosphere. It's going to catch the Juggernaut. Right-click damage afterwards. It's not enough. Sing Sing doesn't know whether to run or fight, and now he's going to be a little bit of trouble. Static Storm is going to catch Goddamn, but it's not going to catch a Juggernaut, who's going to get right on top of this Faceless Void. With the right-click damage, it should be able to bring him down. No, Timberchain will actually miss as the Beastmaster collects another one in the back line, but is going to run now into the Mirana and fall. Now it's Ziggy trying to run away from Goddamn. Timberchain will be dodged. Chakram is way off the mark. For Kaipi, they take a 2-for-1. That's, again, still pretty good, all things considered. They do get a better trade there. But it's still not good enough to get them into a comfortable spot in this game. They fail to kill off the heroes that matter. Shadow Demon and Kunkka are completely expendable for Power Rangers. They're on the bottom of that worth chart. Now, if they kill off a Timbersaw in a 2-for-1, then that fight is very, very different. But yeah, Chronosphere, that one was a pretty good one. It landed on quite a few heroes. It didn't do anything. Static Storm was just a little bit too far away. The Illuminate was... I actually don't know where the Illuminate was. Kaipi are gonna have to win this game through control. That is so hard. Control and cooldowns. Again, BKBs just nullify that entire game plan. Ziggy arrow. He's gonna dodge it. He's gotta blink out. He's gonna get hit with the stars though. Orbing off to the right. X marks, not in range anymore. Although Juggernaut's gonna jump in. Ziggy, 1 crit, 2 crit. Now Demonic Purge. He does have phase shift. Okay. Or, you know, you could decide not to phase shift and just die. I don't think he gets out of there, honestly, because there's just so many heroes behind him chasing him. But giving up is like, you know, come on. 21, yes, is in fact Undershock for Power Rangers. Sing Sing with his insane damage output from Echo Saber gonna try to take this tower down. Rotations are coming in. Juggernaut's gonna clear the lane up. And Sing Sing will teleport out of there. He fails to even get a tier 1. Sing Sing needs to, like, find a Demon Edge on the ground, like, right now. Then they'll be in an okay spot. But I have never seen anyone do that before, so not really sure if they can plan on that. Can Kaipi split push their way back into this game? Not really sure if that's possible. Power Rangers can probably just brute force objectives like they're doing right now, or even go up for tier 3s. Keeper of the Light, once he gets his ultimate, can help out in that. He's not quite there yet. They are assembling to go for Roche, and this is the biggest opportunity that Kaipi have had in a very long time. Orb not quite going to get in there, but it will force everyone from Power Rangers away. They are in Bismillah Shadow. They're going to catch Ziggy. The Timber Chain misses. He'll dodge the return of the Chakram. Arrow from White Noise. Cheshire Cat is going to connect onto 33. No roar for a little while. The Timbersaw is isolated away from his teammates. Manaleek is not there, though. Dual Scepter will take it out, and now, well, Faceless Void again hit with the boat. He does have a time walk to get down to the low ground. They're dodging around the Faceless Void very well. In the meantime, they take down the Marana in the back. And in the front, there is no pressure going towards anyone. It's just Bambo who's at all in trouble here. They're going to try to bum rush the rest of Roshan now. Since Power Rangers, they just left the pit. And it's going to be Sing Sing to grab the Aegis. Now they're going to jump right back in onto Juggernaut. He's out of mana, and he's going to die as well. Oh, Kaipi just wrapped around the entirety of Power Rangers. They did not see that one coming. Beastmaster still wants in now. I don't think they can kill off the Shadow Demon. He just teleport out, but they can maybe kill off Goddamn here. They'll glimpse him back. Static Storm is available, but it's not really going to have a good chance to land. Goddamn in the trees is going to get out of here just fine. I think they see him teleport out, so they don't have to waste their time anymore. But that movement manipulation from Kaipi, kind of baiting Power Rangers up into the high ground, while at the same time sneaking around the back to kill off the Marana, a huge pickoff, and then they kill off Roshan, another huge pickoff. And do you know what I said about just like finding a Demon Edge on the floor? That's as close as it really gets, man. Like, huge maneuver there from Kaipi. Huge bait from Bambo as well. That was a non-zero part of why that actually worked, because Keeper of the Light was just being threatening in that north end of the fight, forcing movements from the Timbersaw. They dumped everything they had into the Faceless Void, who just time walked down to the low ground, dodged the Juggernaut and the entirety of his threat. A beautifully orchestrated fight there from Kaipi, even with an opening of getting your Beastmaster hit with an arrow, which usually means you just instantly lose that fight. They're able to turn it around. Now, of course, the question is, after every good fight, is can it be easily replicable? The answer to that is definitely no. It is very, very hard to make another fight like that happen. But hey, maybe with these next set of items, they'll at least have a better shot. They're going to jump in towards Goddamn. Reactive armor up against Faceless Void is going to be pretty impressive. They will jump in with the puck further behind them. Chronosphere opportunities, there are none. Now he's just going to get straight up bubbled. Arrow is not available though, so Sing Sing's able to continue the fight. Ziggy's going to take a double Star Storm. Mana Leak onto the Marana is going to stun her up. Another orb through. She has a blink out though. Now it's going to be Goddamn jumping in towards the puck. Omni Slash is there. Will kill off the Aegis. Bambo still alive off to the side as Puck jumps up to the north as well. Juggernaut is going to spin off the Mana Leak. Still looking for Ziggy. Not going to find him because of the orb out. He should survive. The Juggernaut now is completely out of mana. Is going to hit with the coil. Roar is there as well. He needs some backup immediately. It's going to be Goddamn to come in, if anyone at all. But it's not going to be in time. They take another kill. Trade him for the puck. That is perfectly fine for Kaipi. They're going to be ecstatic to make that trade. Again, it's just Kaipi running circles around Power Rangers, failing to actually get any of their combos to land this time from the Power Rangers side, and Mana Leak is doing some work, boys. Now it's going to be the Shadow Demon to lose all of his mana, stuns himself, and he's going to die. What is going on? Keeper of the Light suddenly 30 minutes in, starting to be active. He's going to get another mana leak onto Goddamn, who actually gets glimpsed away. Boat coming in. Got Disruptor's name written all over it. Kaboom! With Goddamn's burst damage, he'll take him down, but now it's going to be life. He's not mana leaked, though. No bashes either. Goddamn is the one to get mana leaked, so he'll stay still for a little while. Now life, he's going to get mana leaked. Another X-Torrent onto Bambo. Goddamn's damage output, not there just yet. It's all on cooldown, actually. He's still going to get Whirling Death. Bambo, juking now into the trees, is going to get dropped. And Kaipi maybe stick around for a little bit too long. Their Beastmaster with no Necro Warriors is not really an incredibly useful hero. He really does need that that book to be up if he's going to be active in the fight. But still, I think that fight for Kaipi is going to still be in their favor. Not by an incredible amount, but by enough to at least give them a fighting chance in this game. And still the advantage is in favor of PR by quite the margin. But we've now seen some signs of life for Kaipi. If they're able to keep this Keeper of the Light alive, if they're able to get him his Aghanim Scepter, which given Keeper of the Light's farm rate shouldn't be too hard, then Kaipi are looking at some serious abuse with Blinding Light. Still, we haven't seen these combos land yet. No Coil Snap after the Blinding Light. But even just landing that mischance on a Juggernaut with no MKB is crippling. Like, he can't do anything outside of his spells at that point. His right-click damage is completely down the tubes. It's a very, very high-impact spell. 80% mischance is no joke. And of course you get the heal from the Illuminate as well, which given how like scrappy these engagements are, how kind of get in and get out they're taking these fights, having any sort of extra sustain here for Kaipi might just be the difference. Doesn't really tell you what it does though, the Ags. I think it heals the entirety of it, or like half or something. It's definitely not the entirety of it. Like, a portion of your Illuminate heals your allies when it hits them when it's daytime. Not entirely sure on the numbers there, but you know, it's a heal. You can't say no to a heal. Power Rangers are going to say, we've had enough of this. I'm going to have to try to push into a Keeper of the Light. They jump in, Yule Scepter him, double Chakram. He's going to Force Staff himself out of there, dodge the arrow as well. Juggernaut's going to go in deep for the Omni Slash. X Marks is going to yank him. No, not actually. He's going to go into the tower, takes one shot, no big deal. Keeper of the Light down for 50 seconds with no buyback. Glimpse back onto the Jug, though. He's going to get bubbled. Chronosphere is going to land only onto Ziggy, though. Now they're going to have a chance to right-click the Jug, but the damage from Sing Sing is not that substantial. They still have enough with the Dagon Blast, and in the back line, it's going to be the Beastmaster all the way down towards bottom lane, getting a kill by himself. They caught up to the Shadow Demon as well. It's a 2 for 2, yes, but it's soon going to be a 3 for 2. Maybe a 3 for 3 as the Beastmaster trying to juke away from Goddamn. Kind of low on mana, though. Will still have enough to kill off the Beastmaster. Kaipi kill off the Juggernaut, though. Even with the defensive power of the Shadow Demon, is going to just put himself at more risk. That is another one fight from Kaipi across the map. Slowly but surely, we're going to see this net worth deficit start to close in favor of Kaipi as they take more and more of these extremely, extremely scrappy fights. Dagon level 3? I cannot tell the difference between levels of Dagon. They all do look slightly different, but I can't tell. I don't know. They all look the same to me. Landing that with the Veil from the Keeper of the Light. Getting this Faceless Void now to a point where he can actually do some right-click damage with this Mjolnir. It's not completely irrelevant. And we'll get to a stage where Faceless Void late game is actually going to be online. Now, Faceless Void still has the Bash. Going into a Juggernaut, that is not what you want to be facing up against. Bash and Illusion Clearing with the Lightning. Static Charge also pretty darn nice up against a Manta-style Juggernaut. Kaipi do have what it takes to make this comeback. But we can see Power Rangers still holding strong onto their advantage. Kaipi now have the Ags, Keeper of the Light, more map abuse. Power Rangers, that play was inherently bold. I mean, they just went straight up high ground, no Aegis pickup. I don't even think they had any like significant item pickup. It was just, let's just go right now. Usually that's not going to be the play. Moonlight Shadow, not going to be spotted by anything, I don't think. I think they were right out of range of this Dire Observer. And it will be the Disruptor, maybe to get caught. Yes, he will. There is a Chronosphere right around the corner, but it's not worth using. They will lose their Disruptor. Not a big deal. If they lose Sing Sing, that's a slightly bigger deal. I don't think they could see him. No, he's free and clear. But Keeper of the Light is alive this time. It is daytime for a little while longer. So he's got the broken Illuminates. There comes one right now. Juggernaut, gotta watch out. Oh, they're gonna jump in with goddamn immediately mana leaked. Force Staff is there as well. Arrow going to miss everyone. Goddamn time dilated is really backbreaking for a Timbersaw. 21 still right-clicking away at that tower. It's fortifiable. They'll deploy it now. Coddle just still checking out those Illuminates. Kind of sitting on the north end, trying to keep goddamn mana leaked. Meantime, bottom lane, it is slightly being pushed. They do sacrifice a tower, but now they're on the chase for goddamn. If a coil lands, that might just be enough to get a kill. But he's way too far away at this point. They get out with the Beastmaster, though. Losing a tower there for Kaipi, yes, is still a game for Power Rangers. But it is not backbreaking. It is still within their capacity to take this. Sing Sing, though, gonna walk into a lot of heroes. Omni Slash going to catch onto 2. Gonna bounce over now to Bamboo. And he's gonna die. That's immediately 2 kills. They're gonna try to focus down to the Timbersaw. He has so much armor, though. And now the boat's gonna come in, completely stall at the Faceless Void's Chronosphere. Now that's wasted as well. Faceless Void has got to go the other direction. He's gonna not have the time of day, though. Time Walk out with a coil there. He might actually get out of here alive. Now the Roy's gonna be deployed onto 21, but the damage is not there. They're not gonna kill off the healing ward. They lose 3. And for Kaipi, the more threatening thing is not that they lost those heroes, the fact they also used their Chronosphere for it. Power Rangers take a nice direct fight. They're able to get the Omni Slash off. Now they're going to gain Raxes. There's buyback here on the Beastmaster, but he does not have a Roar. No buyback on the Keeper of the Light. Entire set of Raxes, maybe a second set as well to fall. Beastmaster now going to force the buyout with the Disruptor. Last stand of Kaipi with no coil, no Chronosphere. They're going to silence a couple. It's not going to quite be enough as goddamn is going to push the Beastmaster away, who doesn't even have a Roar, even if he was able to get in. Now the Coddle is here, blinding light onto everyone. Going to be spun off by the Juggernaut. Mean melee Raxes should fall soon. Chronosphere not available. They do catch 2 in the field, but there's no way to follow up on this. Now the boat's going to come and apply rum to absolutely everyone on the Radiant. Another Illuminate is going to fire through, hit goddamn pretty hard, but the Raxes have already fallen. Timbersaw using himself up. It has a Timber Chain out. Unless he gets bashed by Sing Sing, and he does. They catch the Shadow Demon as well. He bubbles himself, but that's not going to save him here. He's going to die on top of that. Kaipi lose a set and a half of Raxes. They do hold the top lane, kind of, get a lot of gold after those final 2 kills on the Timbersaw, namely, who just has not died at all this entire game. Coddle Ags heals for full damage. That's good to know. It's been a long time since I've seen Keeper of the Light. Now Kaipi are in for a real struggle. And all those fights that they've been taking have been just narrowly in their favor. This one is really no contest. This one goes towards Power Rangers. Able to land that Omni Slash. It's a blink Omni Slash, clean onto 2 heroes that don't have any defensive mechanisms. The only real defensive mechanism you can get is the Ghost Scepter. And even then, Juggernaut can very easily get a Diffusal Blade and still kill you. And now that the creeps are going to be pushing more so towards the Dire than towards the Radiant, being able to split push with the Beastmaster like what we see on the bottom lane, that really did help out Kaipi's fighting in the other lane just by splitting the attention of Power Rangers, is suddenly no longer going to be an incredibly high chance of happening. It's going to be really hard to make that a success. Now we even have an Abyssal Blade on Juggernaut. Jeez. Well, this guy is hard to kill, has a bash to rival that of the Faceless Void, and Overwhelm, which is of course redonkulous. Still, he has to deal with Blinding Light. He could spin it off, get Manta it off, but he's not going to have that all the time. They're going to try to rush down the Roche. With the Vlads, this is incredibly safe here from Kaipi. Like, they're not losing any HP to this Roche. Arrow, I don't think is going to really show them anything. This is incredibly dangerous still from PR. It is just now daytime. Goddamn is going to jump right in with the two-man torrent. They're immediately going to drop the Beastmaster and Faceless Void and Puck, all taking a truckload of damage. Sing Sing's going to try to bum rush the Roche down for the Aegis. He does have an item slot, so he's going to grab it, but at what cost? The Puck's going to be forced to buy back. He time walks over the hill. The Mirana's going to give chase. 1-star storm, 2-star storms, arrow to land, and the Aegis is gone. All your advantage now down the tubes. Bambo going to push them all back with the blinding light, but it doesn't matter because the Timber Chain still works. The Chakram still works. Sing Sing's going to try time walk away, but he gets yanked right back due to the X marks. It's going to be a 4 kill, maybe 5. Doesn't matter, actually. Beastmaster's going to call it. Power Rangers are going to win this one. Just all over Kaipi, who've had just the most abysmal of starts in this game. This is not really what you want to see if you're on Kaipi. With this type of draft, Kaipi, they needed the Beastmaster to get a lot more kills. They needed Bone 7 to not get thrashed by the Juggernaut mid if they're going to have a decent shot at this. And to their credit, they did battle back pretty well, but not quite good enough, guys. Not quite good enough. Thanks for watching. This is Game 2 in the best of 3 between Power Rangers and Kaipi. Now tied up. We're going to be going straight to a Game 3, guys, after a little bit of a break. I'm Mikelorus, and I'll be back in just a little bit.